Hello, this is Live Forgive. In this video, we will talk about the Gneesis Queen. This will be the part 2 of the Gneesis collection. So the Gneesis Queen has a total number of 1,000 Gneesis Queens, out of which 636 has been minted. It's either sitting as queen or it's sitting as unhatched eggs. So it is the one of the most scarce collection in Honeyland ecosystem, and it helps your hive to snowball in such a way that it's just unparalleled to any other hive queen or any breeding queen. So we'll go detail in about all the perks you get, and let's go to the chart. So from this chart, you can see there are like three different utility for a queen in your hive. So one is the cooldown reduction, and then it provides mission boost when it is put as an active queen, which is also called as hive queen. I will make a separate video on hive queen, differentiating all the generation queen and the Gneesis queen, everything you need to know. That will be another video. So, so these two are as active queens, and then the number in the center is the breeding part of the queen. So as you can see, all these generation queens has a limitation for this breeding. So you can see a Gen 1 has like 18 times breeding, and then like it just finishes its breeding tenure, and then it can be used as a hive queen. So as like a generation 2 or a generation 3. And I've already said that I don't really like a Gen 2 or a Gen 3 queen as a hive queen. I see that as a wasted resources. So I will explain this in detail why I think that way in the hive queen video. So for now, you have this Gneesis Queen, which will give you unlimited value because you are going to create generation 1 or 2 or 3 bees with this Gneesis Queen without spending for new Gen 1 Queen, which is very costly. Because so in order to make a generation 1 queen, which you want to use for a breeding, you need to breed it where the breeding has a cost, and then you have to upgrade that to level 20 so that you get stronger, better bees. In a way, like you have 10 level for the upgrade for the bees, because the number, the level of your breeding queen affects the level of your offspring. So it doesn't make a cost efficient, relatively, but Gen 1 is a very good way to breed bees, but you don't have to do this because a breeding queen can cost up to 4,000 or 5,000 HXT at times, a good one. So you are going to spend on the breeding cost. You need to have a royal jelly, which is about 1,000 HXT in the market, and then you need like 10 queen upgrades in order to make it 20, and then you have to breed. So for every 18 breeds, you have to rinse and repeat if you want to continue breeding. With the Genesis, you already had that value inbuilt. All you have to do is just do it once, hatch it, and then like you upgrade that queen to level 20, and she's good to go with the breeding. That's one of the highlights. But my My great value for Gneesis Queen comes from cooldown reduction. It's unparalleled. 25% is like huge. If your bee has uh, a recovery period of 60 minutes, if you have a Gneesis Queen, now it's ready in 45 minutes. For every 4 missions, you are getting one more mission out of it. So, which means if you have 100 bees, for every 400 missions, you are getting 100 missions extra. So that's how things multiply when you have a Gneesis Queen as your active hive queen. Not just that, and then 50%. I will give you some numbers. I have some different queens to show you to highlight the difference. So when you have a Gneesis Queen, you have something like you will not see a 280 uh, of all stats for the queen because it is a hatched queen, so it will have lesser stats. But let me show you something in my hive. So I have all these queens. So currently this is my Gneesis active queen. So it will say used. So I'm going to choose one of the B and then I will show you the difference, what kind of difference it makes when it comes to having a hive queen, which is a Gneesis. Just because it's mood matched, landform matched, and it's a Gneesis. So I'm going to choose, let's say, not that one. Okay, I'll go here. So if you see this, my active queen, because of all the boost it's getting, it's, let's say, let's remember this number. It is 279, 441, 377. I have to write this down. Okay, 279, 441, 377. Okay, so I'm going to go and activate a different queen. Let's say I have a Gen 1 queen here. She's also frustrated. And if you see the stats are like, see the stats difference. This is like 256, 256. I would say mine is an average 250, but this one is an average 275. I'm going to activate and put the same B. Let's see what happens there. I'm going here, choosing the same one. So this is what we get. So instead of 279, right now with a Gen 1 queen, I'm getting a capacity which is like 25 less, and the agility is like about 40 less, I think, 30 something less. And then the luck is about 30 something less. So you see, this is like huge uh, when it comes to mission. So every mission, every bee which you send using a Gneesis bee is collecting more HXT, and it is also collecting it faster. And once the mission is completed, it is also recovering faster. So the way it hits your hive is huge. So an average bee, say I will show you an average bee. Okay, this guy brings in 1.1. If you see, his capacity is just 134. So if I have a Gen 1 queen, this will be like somewhere around zero point 0.8, which is a good, but then like every bee mission is affected. So every time a bee comes back with more honey, it is just adding value the minute she is active as a hive queen. That's that's the important thing. So you will not see direct impact of a hive queen as what do I get? It's just another queen. No, but everything a queen can do in a hive, Genesis Queen just does it better. This is why it's always way more costlier than any other collection in Honeyland. All right, so I think I made the point. So you you have to make sure you have it active as your hive queen because the biggest value comes from there. I would say breeding is unlimited, but you still need to have mood stabilizer handy if you are going to use Genesis Queen for breeding. But thanks to the market, see, when my hive was new, I didn't have enough mood stabilizer to use my queen. But currently in the marketplace, the items, you just go here, you get it for 10 HXD. Mood stabilizer, say 910. It's so cheap, but it is really difficult to get. This is like extremely underpriced. I always get whatever possible whenever I have um, enough HXD to scoop these. Well, let's see. I have enough, so I'm not buying it anymore because I'm trying to save some HXD. So at least now you know what is the value of having a Genesis Queen and a Genesis B. And not just that, just holding a Genesis collection has a lot of benefits these days. So if you see, this is a cosmetic which was delivered for Genesis holders, and then there is where is it? Announcement. This is so the previous Genesis holders were also given a whitelist for whitelist mint pass for minting more Genesis, and then like there is a airdrop for VGX, like 2 million VGX tokens are sent out. So there's so many different perks for having these assets just in your collection. So if you have any more questions, you can always ask in the Discord or just feel free to leave a comment. I will see how I can explain because like it changed my hive from 100 HXDA per day to 150 HXD, and every 3 days I'm actually getting a newbie without any extra resources put into the queen for breeding. So uh, over the past 2 months, I got like so many bees because like I use that for breeding off cooldown. So I'm constantly expanding my hive. Even if I sell the the bees, the offsprings I get through the breeding for floor price, like I'm getting like 300 HXD. Uh, Look, I'll show you that. So we go to our sale history. I'll show you that. So you just breed bees like every once in 4 days or 3 days, and then like even if you floor it, it's like 300, 350, and if you get a good, really good bee, it can be like 1,000 HXD or more. So the possibilities of having a hive queen, um, uh, a Genesis hive queen, is almost endless. Um, you can make a bee every once in 4 days. Your cooldown reduction of all the bees which are going to the mission is increased. Um, I mean, it's decreased by 25%, means your bees are ready more faster. You get 50% mission boost, meaning you're getting more HXD and they're collecting faster. And in PvP, it also gives the same 50% bonus, which makes a huge difference on the attack, defense, um, stats your bee gets. So overall, um, I think it's one of the best investments in the game. If you're won through a raffle, it's one of the amazing things happen to you in the Honeyland ecosystem. I remember that. So I think that's about it for now. Like next video will be on basics of breeding. I will walk you through the steps and the math behind breeding. And I'm still doing this giveaway of a Gen 1 level 20 Queen. Um, but it's, yeah, I'll be giving away this one. If you haven't participated, go to my Queen Upgrade video part 2, and then like you comment your in-game name there and make sure to subscribe uh, and leave a comment. And the winner will be chosen on 24th of June. That's it for now. Zub zub and subscribe.